It's set up as the usual. Raw gets 5 round, 5 pick for both Raw and SmackDown. Whoever doesn't get picked, I will set to the NXT. So, and they will have their own chance to get up to the main roster at some point in this universe. So, it's the Raw GM is Rhea Ripley, and the SmackDown GM is Shane McMahon. So, let's get the draft underway with the first pick in the 2K20 Fantasy Universe mode draft. Monday Night Raw selects. Drumroll, please. Ricochet. Welcome, Ricochet, to Raw. So, I think is a good pick for Raw. He gives off high energy every time he is in the ring. He's a really good high flyer, so he will be doing well on the Raw brand. The SmackDown is now on the clock. It's gonna be a minute. So I think this is a decent pick by Raw. He's the future of Flight in the WWE in the moment. Now we have Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon's pit. Now with the second, this is a good pick. With the second pick in the 2020 WWE 2K20 draft, SmackDown has selected Brock Lesnar. So him and Paul Heyman basically come as a pair, but that is a really good pick on SmackDown's part. They got a guy who's basically gonna run the show. He's going to dominate literally anyone that comes in his way. This is going to be a challenge for legit anyone that steps in the ring with him, and it's gonna be a real hell of a fight for anyone to just go against him at all. Now, since Raw is now on the clock, Rhea Ripley has already made her selection. Remember, her first selection was Ricochet, which it was still a pretty good pick. Just Brock Lesnar being the second pick is that's a shock of a pick. So with the third pick, Rhea Ripley and Raw select Apollo Crews. So since Apollo Crews has been selected, That is, I think, another decent pick from that. Just I think Raw's now lagging with both of them, with both their picks now being Ricochet and Apollo Crews. They're looking towards the future, not who's going to have the better show now. So, and I think these are two different strategies being played by both GMs. And it's quite different from what I think Shane wants to win now compared to future matches. Which is a weird thing to say coming from the fact, Apollo Crews is going to be a hell of a performer in the future, but compared to Brock Lesnar now, it's going to be a challenge for her at the moment. I mean, Ricochet and Apollo Crews could put on pretty decent matches at the moment. With the fourth pick in the WWE Universe Draft, Smackdown selects, drumroll please, AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Already, in my opinion, SmackDown is doing way better at drafting than Raw is. I think it's due to the experience of the GM, but like I said, these are two completely different strategies being played out by both brands. With the fifth pick, Raw selects Daniel Bryan. That concludes round one. But so far we have Ricochet going as the number one overall pick, Brock Lesnar at 2 to SmackDown, Apollo Crews at 3, Styles at 4, and Bryan at 5. This is going to shape up to be a really interesting draft. And so since that includes round 1, I'm going to give it a minute before I move on to round 2. This is going to shape up to be a very interesting draft. So here is round 1. You can see in there that in the post chat, but I will probably put in the description who goes where when I post the video on my channel. So this is a very interesting strategy from both. So Daniel Bryan has now been taken off the board. We're now beginning the start of round 2. In the second round with the first pick, Raw selects Ted DiBiase. That is a shocker of a pick. I am very shocked that they have selected Ted DiBiase for as the number 1 overall pick in the second round. Rhea Ripley is doing a very interesting job at drafting. If you noticed in the entirety of round 1, there has not been a single tag team taken off the board. It's hoping that there will be. Let's see what SmackDown does with their second pick in round two. The second pick in round two of in the 2020 Universe Mode Draft, SmackDown selects Sting. Sting is going to SmackDown. I'm using the 1999 version, which is the black face paint one. I'm not using the very interesting strategy from round two. The two really big names have been taken off the board. Ted DiBiase and Sting. So that means this means that we will be needing the $1 Million Championships coming back, I'm assuming. But this is going to be a very interesting draft, depending on how this all shakes up. Now, there will be trades involved, depending on how this whole universe mode shakes up. SmackDown's Raw's third pick in the second round. Raw will select Kurt Angle, the man who won Olympic gold with a broken neck. I'm using the most recent of all the legends that I will be using from the universe mode. I do also have some custom characters that I have pre-selected before this universe mode. So I have like some indie stars like Jon Moxley, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. So those are on the draft board. Okay, so with the fourth pick in the 2020 Universe Mode draft, Smackdown Live on Fox selects, drumroll please, Christian, one half of Edge and Christian, but they are not as a tag team. I have them separated so they're both going to be their own superstars. So they will be single competitors. Now, as we move on to the final pick of the second round, I will be taking Christian off the draft board. But I do have some also a downloaded legend though. It's Chris Benoit, but I think he would be good for either show. But you still have very top talent on here. You have Buddy Murphy, EC3, Rusev, Robert Roode, Matt Riddle, Sami Zayn, Tommaso Ciampa, Jeff Hardy, Cesaro, Johnny Gargano, Andrade, the Usos as a tag team. But with the final pick of the second round, Monday Night Raw selects Drumroll, please. Lucha House Party. First tag team gone. So. So, you have Kalisto. Grand Metalik, I think, and I don't remember who that last one is on there. All of them going to Raw as the first tag team taken. So I wonder if this means Rhea Ripley sees something in them that Shane McMahon didn't, which is very shocking. Give me a second, I have to found him. Lince Dorado. So, as I get ready for round 3, I am currently posting the second round of the draft picks on, and if you do enjoy this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I would duly appreciate that. So, now, with the first pick in the second round, of the third round, actually, not the second, Monday Night Raw selects Rusev. Rusev Day is going to Raw. Rusev has now been taken off the board. So, I think that is a pretty good pick. He is also a future world champion in this. And he was very solid. Universal, not Universal, I don't know why I said Universal, United States. If you see on there why it says 12, I had to add people to roster so I could set up the shows prior, so they will be set to their own specific shows, so it doesn't mess up who's all in what. Now, since Rusev has been taken off the board, you still, like I said, still have some solid picks left up there. Now, depending on what SmackDown chooses for their next pick, I would be shocked, but I don't. This draft has just been shocking altogether. Ricochet going 1 and Lesnar going 2 has just been completely shocking to me. SmackDown's second pick of the third round is Booker T. The five-time World Heavyweight Champion. Mr. Can You Dig It Sucker has been taken off the board. Now this has just been a batshit crazy draft. And you know what? Anything can happen on draft night. Trades can happen. People can be sent to different shows. You know, that's what I love about draft night in any sports league. You don't know what's gonna happen. This is only the men's side. I will handle the women's situation later on this. But with SmackDown's but this SmackDown pick is, I think, truly up there with Sting and Christian in the second round. Pretty close with AJ and Brock in the first, but I think this is also this is a very solid steal for SmackDown. Raw's third pick in the 2020 Universe Mode Draft, Raw has selected the Mr. 1% EC3. So, this is another future world champion in my mind. When in proper matches, he can shine for what he has. He has the ability to do very, very good things in this company. He left the company and his eye is set on the prize. And he will get what he wants. Now, with the fourth pick in the third round, this goes to SmackDown. They've had a very, very good draft so far. Christian, Booker T, Sting, Lesnar, and Styles all have been. These are all dream matches just waiting to happen. Sting and Christian, Styles and Sting, Styles and Booker. Styles versus anybody besides Lesnar. Lesnar probably has destroyed him in the past matches he's ever had against him. So we shall see what Shane selects for the fourth pick in the third round. Now, with the fourth pick in round 3, SmackDown does select Dave Bautista. They are having an outstanding draft right now. There's no words to describe how well Shane McMahon is drafting. It is very, very well of a very, very good draft. He's just drafting out of his mind, and I think it's due to the experience as the previous Raw GM for them. I will say though that these are amazing steals that are coming out of fucking SmackDown's side. Now, with the fifth pick in the 2020 Universe Mode Draft, Monday Night Raw has selected, drumroll please, Buddy Murphy. This is just going to be a very, very good area of expertise coming out of just coming out of Raw. Is going to be a very high flying show. I'm gonna title it it's basically going to be the next 205 Live, except you can actually go win the World Heavyweight Championship there. Now, I'm going to go put the third round results in the chat. Here is round 3. This has been shaping up as a very good draft for both sides. I would say that SmackDown has the edge right now due to the fact they have really high profile names. Now, like I said, whoever does not get selected will be sent down to NXT, but will have a chance to come back up. Anyone who is going to be holding the title for either show, whoever holds the top title of NXT gets first bid onto where they go. And there'll be a whole separate thing for that. If they keep winning, the moment they lose the title, I will call them up. and whoever is dwindling on Raw or SmackDown, I will send them back down. So kind of like basically what they do now. If they're not doing very well, they either, well, at least I'm gonna send them back down to NXT. But you know, sometimes going back down to NXT will benefit your career. I mean, in real life, let's look at Finn Balor. He's benefiting very well of being in NXT. I mean, he was the first ever Universal Champion, but they kind of botched his booking after that. So, round 4, almost done with the draft. In the 2020 Universe Mode draft, Monday Night Raw selects with the first pick in round 1 at 5. The Big Show. The Big Show. It's going to be. It might be him just running, or depending on how he gets booked, he will run a lot. Because look, if you look at it, I think the only one that actually has taken out Big Show would be Rusev. And maybe Ted DiBiase. But look at it now. You have Ricochet, Apollo Crews, Daniel Bryan. None of those three are going to take out the Big Show. And just by size alone, the Big Show will take them out. But then Kurt Angle could. Rusev would. And then Buddy Murphy does not have a chance on that one, though. Like, has no shot. So, but my one gut feeling, though, is that there's not going to be really much of a tag division in the either or, because we're only in round 4, just kind of hold out hope. But not really many tag teams have been taken off the board. Only one has been taken, and then that was in round 2. It was the final pick then. So, they're thinking more of single superstars more than they are of anything else. But in round 4 of the 2020 WWE Universe Mode Draft, SmackDown will select the Ultimate Warrior. Has now been put on to SmackDown Live. Things about to get batshit crazy. That this has been a very weird draft. I'm going to be honest with you right now. This has been one of the weirdest drafts I have been a part of. Not been a part of, because this is the only draft I've been a part of. Okay, so let's remember what Raw and SmackDown have right now. Quite a bit. They have SmackDown. I think is the better brand at the moment, just due to the fact that they have better talent. In my opinion, I think SmackDown is the winner of tonight's draft, and it's by a mile. Now, with the next pick in the 4th round, Raw selects Kevin Owens. Now, this is what we're talking about. When it comes to drafting, I think this might be one of the biggest steals of the night. Just because Kevin Owens can fight and will fight anyone. Says it right on the shirt. So, I still think though SmackDown has the edge over Raw due to Ultimate Warrior, Batista, Booker T, Christian, um, Sting, AJ Styles, and Brock Lesnar. I think the AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar are far better picks than the Apollo Crews, Lucha House Party, and the Ted DiBiase pick. And Ted DiBiase is a good wrestler. He's a Hall of Famer. I'm going to put the $1 Million Championship out there immediately. But I still think that some of these picks by Raw have been questionable. Like, it's nothing against Raw, it's just, or the, I don't know, or the GM, I mean. It is nothing against Rhea Ripley. I do not think that she has drafted well. I think she has had some good picks. I think the Ricochet pick was fine. I think the Big Show one was a good one. Kevin Owens is probably the best pick that she has made the entire night. But, maybe the luck will change because she still has 4 picks left. And it is, like I said, 5 rounds. So, with the 4th pick in the 4th round of the 2K20 Universe Draft, Smackdown live on Fox will pick, drumroll please, Velveteen Dream. That is another really good pick. He will help out that mid-cut. And, if by chance Lesnar does get hit by any one of these guys on the roster, like, if we're looking back, Batista, Sting maybe, could take out Lesnar if need be. Ultimate Warrior will refuse to lose, I will tell you that now. He has fight like nobody else. And it is going to be a very good show. I think both shows are going to be very good. Now with with the final pick in round 4, it goes to Monday Night Raw, and they will pick Chris Benoit. That is a shock of a pick. Chris Benoit will help the ever-loving crap out of Raw, and it is going to be Chris Benoit could run Raw. He could be the World Heavyweight Champion for a while. Or, I mean, the Universal Champion. I'm not switching up the championships. Now, as that was the final pick of round 4 in the draft, so I'm gonna put the selections of who was selected where into the chat. There you go. There's round 4. Now, if we're looking at round 4, if I want to analyze this real quick, this is very interesting at a spot because we're going into the final round right now, and everybody else, this is everyone else's final chance of getting on a roster, or is still going to be put on to NXT just automatically. I might edit it somewhere where like I put like a, or I will just automatically put people in tag teams so they do have a chance to win. So we have a tag team division, unless tag teams just start going off the board in round 5. But I do not, because this is basic. This is just going to be the luck of the draw, and what show gets what. Now, as we go into round 5, Raw is now on the board, on the clock. The pick is in. In the 2020 Universal Draft, Raw has selected the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. This, everybody just needs to look out. The Raw just got the most. No one's stopping him. No one is stopping the Fiend. Bray Wyatt is going to save. I'm just gonna tell you just 3 words for you. Let him in, because he is literally going to just run the show. He's going to run it, and there's nothing anyone on the roster can do about it. They tried. They will end up being the Fiend, another Fiend victim, and just another milestone that Bray Wyatt has accomplished in his tenure here. Now, as we move along to the second pick, since SmackDown is now on the clock, we look towards SmackDown, and all eyes on them to see who they pick in round 5. They select Finn Balor. This is a very good pick coming out of SmackDown. He first ever do I even need to list off his accolades? Intercontinental Champion. Actually, I think he was a former Intercontinental Champion. I'm pretty sure. He has had quite a bit of WrestleMania moments. WrestleMania 34, where he was in the triple threat match with Seth Rollins, The Miz, and him, was a great match. Very good opening show. First ever Universal Champion. Of course, Raw. Of course, he ended up hurting himself in the match, but this is going to push. I think this is going to push SmackDown over the edge. If not, even if they haven't already, they're automatic winners here, in my opinion. Raw has lost the draft this year, for this season. So, all the eyes are on Raw to see how they follow up with that pick. And Raw will select Jon Moxley. This has become a very, very good pick. I think this is the pick of the night for Raw. Jon Moxley is a steal coming out of here. And you know what, I 100% agree with this pick, and I like where he got sent. This is my favorite pick that so far. He, AEW World Heavyweight Champion, current AEW World Heavyweight Champion. He debuted in probably one of my favorite ways ever. Just showing up at the main event and just beating the crap out of everyone and taking his place. Had a great match against Chris Jericho. Do I need to say more about this guy? When he was in the WWE previously as Dean Ambrose, WWE World Heavyweight Champion, multiple time Intercontinental Champion, former Shield member, longest reigning United States Champion. Do I need to say more about him? No, I don't, because I've already said enough. I'm shocked that he didn't go any sooner than he did. Actually, he fell far. So, I guess, I mean, that's on Shane if he didn't want him. This this has been a very interesting draft. And then this time, eh, all eyes are now back on. Eyes are back down on SmackDown. See how they follow up on this, and so far they have had a great draft with their stars. Finn Balor, Velveteen Dream, Batista, Booker T. These are all big name superstars, but Raw I think got back to back steals of this draft. Now with the next pick in this draft, SmackDown selects Stone Cold Steve Austin. That is how you follow up on a very, very good pick. And like I said, this is how you follow up on it. You don't go out and get some minor name. You go out and you get the name, the Rattlesnake. Stone Cold Steve Austin. You go out and you do not step up to the plate and strike out. You step up to the plate and you freaking knock it out of the park. And that is what Raw has been doing. I cannot praise SmackDown enough of how well they've drafted today. With the final pick, though, I guess Raw and SmackDown decided to have a slobber knocker in the final round to see who they want, because they realize, oh god, we're on crunch time, we need people. And Raw just did it again. Raw just got Ricky Steamboat. This is going to be a very, very interesting. Very interesting. Now, everyone else that has been not selected in this year's draft will be headed to NXT. So, everyone else will be headed straight towards NXT, and Raw will have more people. This will not be the last time we see of these people. We will have multiple chances. Anyone who holds a belt and when loses it will be sent straight to the main roster and will be signed by either or. But until then, we will have a very, very, very interesting look on how everything will be ran from both companies. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.